Good morning, it's the 18th of October. I did a video on AI a while ago, and I remember the card I got for it, but I also remember that people were a bit concerned because President Trump seemed to support it. However, I think there's always a message behind what he's doing. So, can't remember it off the back of my video I'm doing right now, what it was about. I've just got that on the bottom, proud. So maybe there was a message there, in some form. He's quite smart like that. I'll give him his dues. So anyway, I want to go back to AI because AI is going to ruin your job. AI is going to ruin your life. Back then when I did the video, I didn't really see it in full, but now I really see it clearly. There was a lady who did a video on these dating sites, and my son sent it to me. He said, "You do these dating sites." I think most people have once upon a time, if they've been single, because they've made it impossible for people to approach people out and about, because people are kind of labelled as, predators or harassing women. So no one wants to approach anybody. So that's made that natural meetings very difficult. And everybody maybe thought it was a good thing in the beginning, but this lady's saying it's gone too far now with AI. It was a really good video, actually. It's really interesting. And my son's been sending me these videos because he's been really interested in this AI and the development. So he comes and tells me everything. And so anyway, so this card actually says new beginnings. So there will, looks like in the future, there'll be a new beginning with all of this. Because we know that AI is not part of the Great Awakening, the Golden Age. We know that. So it's only a matter of time. Probably won't even be using the same software, I would have thought, in the future either. No. So we could be using different information, an information source. Okay? That may be pushed off the table. Now, I need to break it down into different sections. For example, my son said to me that first of all, everybody should know now that when you do a search now, you're getting AI at the top. So no one else's websites are really being looked at. They're just sourcing the information. So people are already losing income because their websites are not going to be searched. Not only that, my son said, the first jobs to go will be the 2D, because he does all that kind of stuff, but will be the 2D artists, because that's one of the easiest things to copy on AI. So, while everyone's supporting AI, you're making a mistake, because you're going to lose your job. The only jobs they won't be able to mimic, they could even do this in a way, but not entirely, because they don't have intuition. But, your jobs are going to AI. There won't be any jobs. It's quite worrying. And at the end of the day, we need to stop supporting AI before you lose your job. So the only jobs there'll be is massage, reflexology, but then again, they wanted to destroy complementary therapies, didn't they? Babysitter, that kind of thing. So a physical job where you use your hands that AI or a robot cannot do for you. Everyone else, you're going to lose your job. You could even have an AI journalist, etc. And I don't think people are foreseeing the future. Okay, so your jobs. Then we've got your websites. I've mentioned that. If you want to start, what you want to do is tell all your friends to start clicking on the actual website. I don't know if that will affect the AI. I doubt it. But we just should not be supporting it. So I'll tell you about the dating one, and I'll add the videos. It was fascinating. The lady was saying that basically now they're using AI to change the images in the background of the photographs so somebody looks so much more interesting, like a world traveller. They'll get somebody else to AI your profile for you. Sorry, not somebody else. Your profile will be computer generated, and if you're a terrible speller, suddenly you'll be a genius at spelling. But that is what she said, is that's dating is on a lie. It's not real, it's not authentic, okay? So manipulating dating, they were already manipulating it by the way we were matching. I always felt it was a very unnatural way to meet somebody. I'm surprised people do even have success on it, but anyway, I always had that people were very disappointed with that though, on the whole. Anyway, and then obviously we've got the cars. We have driverless. I did Uber before. There's driverless cars in San Francisco. I couldn't believe it when I saw that. I thought that has to be a joke. But apparently they're now going to be coming over here. So all you drivers are going to lose your jobs as well. So it's awful. I do believe this is the way the world was going. No matter what, this is what they had planned. You wouldn't have had a job. You would have been in poverty. You wouldn't own your own home. You'd be living with other people. They wouldn't have single dwellings. That was all the plan of Agenda 2030. You wouldn't get healthcare if you weren't sorted. Your pet wouldn't get healthcare if your pet wasn't sorted. You know, we know this, but you need to tell your friends and family. Anyway, that's how bad it's going. So I want to look at the two things. It's just fallen out. Oh yeah, look, AI. It's not doing you any favours at all. That is actually a scary kind of card. And what it is it's messing up everything that's natural as well behind the scenes. So it's like we're living in a facade, a complete illusion of our world isn't normal in a way. It's lost its we're losing our character, we're losing our intuition, which they don't want us to use anyway. We're losing our authenticity. We're losing ourselves as people. We're turning into a world of robots, which is what they wanted, of course. Didn't they want the transhumanism robot, Zor, whatever they were? Yeah. Did you forget about that one? Chips in your head. Gosh, I can't believe I'm actually living in a world like this. It's like the flipping worst dystopian movie I've ever watched that's actually real. If you'd have said to me back in, when was that book? 1984. This is how the world will be. And I'd be like, no, don't be daft. We're there. But we've got to fight back because we're losing ourselves. Okay, well, we're not going to. But we're close. Okay, so that's why, I don't know if you find this, but you walk around like you feel like I don't really fit into this world anymore. And yet we're stuck in it. It's quite awful. My friend said she feels exactly the same way. It's like you walk around in a daze, you pay your bills because you have to, but you just don't. It's like putting a square peg in a round hole. You just feel like you don't fit anymore. Anyway, I know the long-term plans. I know the future. It is what it is for now. It won't be like that forever. So is AI, let's look at AI dating first of all. We know it's losing people's jobs. But I'll look at it overall in a minute. So AI dating, is it going to put people off dating? Is that way of dating actually going to have an adverse effect? So people stop using them completely. Now, it's very interesting because I found a lot of times that when they push things and they push it too far, almost like from power or domination, if it has the opposite effect and then it actually backfires. And I feel like this could go the same way. Right, I've asked, will they become a thing of the past? People want to mix, people want to socialise, and that could also be they will become a thing of the past. Let's see what else I get. Do people like them, and will they become a thing of the past? So they started off quite positive, I think. But not anymore, okay? they were you know, like a unique concept back then. Okay, but now, no, definitely not with the moon. So the moon is a major card, okay? So now, next to the sun, it's not so good anymore, okay? It could also be that when it started, we were all, I say we were all, anyone who uses them were positive and optimistic about it and quite sort of naive to, we couldn't see what would happen 20, 30 years in advance. Maybe also it was a way that, you know, people, if you're feeling a bit lazy, you could sidestep your socializing. Okay, but the moon is not that great, because now I think people feel vulnerable. They don't know who they're meeting. It's eerie in a way. That's like an eerie kind of card. They feel vulnerable. They feel exposed. They feel fearful. They've probably lost hope. It's a treacherous journey. It's like on a subconscious level, maybe people know it's not really working. But it also might mean for the situation that now they're using AI and they've sort of gone to that higher level now, that this is uncertain now where this is now going. So, you know, if it was positive, it's not so positive anymore. Okay. This could be vulnerability, okay? It could be, the whole thing could be vulnerable. I actually think it will go with the moon. I think it's already on a path of decline, I'm afraid. I do. And I think the star is just trust, because I think we will get our shine back. We will become people again, and with characters and how we should be, our creative selves, with our talents and our charisma and everything else, our time to shine. I think we'll go back to that with the star card. But I do think that situation is vulnerable, and that situation may well end. So those dating sites, oh yeah, for sure. Lots of major arcana cards around this. So this is a big situation. It could be because of AI, which could be the magician. Because of AI, they took too many risks, and now people just are not enjoying the journey, perhaps. And it could be that, like, he's about to fall. It could be that it sort of goes on a decline. Yeah, that doesn't look very good, I have to be honest. Okay, let me see what else I get. So major arcanas. I'm going to pull one more. They may even backtrack on their rules, or try to, on, you know, how structured it is. But I think that will be a struggle. I think they will struggle to retain the audience. Yeah. I think in the long run, people will see through it. I do believe people will want authenticity, natural meetings, beautiful encounters, and people will put more effort in, I think, to meeting people naturally. That's what I think. Right, I've kind of asked two questions, so I'm going to have to break it down separately. Okay, so will people start meeting people more naturally in the future? Okay, let's see what I've got. Ground. Wow, signs. Notice the signs they send you. It looks like it's going to be grounded. Signs. Oh my goodness. I said, will people start meeting people more naturally? And look, I've got resignation. Say goodbye to what you no longer need. Gratitude. I think we're gonna, now we're starting to see it for what it is. I think people will start to be like, oh, so glad we're back to normal way of life. That's quite fascinating. I love that. So it's going to die off. Yeah, we're gonna go back to the way things used to be. Okay, we're gonna get off this path. Oh yes. Now, so people will start probably meeting the old way. This is going back to your youth, okay? So going back to your youth, this is how people will connect. This is how relationships will form. Now, this could be how people will communicate. It could also be that there may be information on this. Like, I still think we're close to like a national announcement, world announcement, and then that will change people's thoughts as well. What do I have? Yes, white hats. Oh yeah, they're not ready, but when they're ready, it's gonna all surface. Yeah, they're not ready yet. They're holding back. They're cautious. Universal timing. That's what they're waiting for. When the time's right, you'll know. And maybe that has an enormous influence on it all. I'm pretty sure I had a tarot card for those dating sites when I did it before on this channel. Anyway, so I've done dating. Looks like it's going to be a thing of the past at some point. Let me see. I've just got health. Forget me not. Why do I have health? Health. They haven't forgotten maybe the health element. So it's all going to come out. Wow. I betcha. Haven't forgotten the health element. Oh, it is. Whoops. My son's asleep and I just screamed. It's all coming down. It's all going to come down. It's going to be shocking. The whole thing. That's going to be the catalyst for the end, I reckon. Wow. Okay, so anyway, gone off a bit, but AI. So I've done dating. We know it's ruining jobs, but I don't think it will be forever. And cars. Are we really going to start having lots of driverless cars and on the roads next year and lots of accidents? I'm sorry, but it's common sense. If you haven't got a driver, you're going to be liable to an accident. Oh, dear me. It's a concern, isn't it? I wouldn't get in one. I don't care what you say. I think you're taking a risk. I know that, someone on the road could, take their eyes off the road and have an accident too. But I don't know if we can rely on robots for pure safety. Anyway, let me see. Great. So they're trying to be creative. Clearing. Sorry, I'm just looking at the cards. Good news. Okay, so this is about High Priestess. This could be reflection. Maybe that either it will go quiet and it will change before it even happens because they think it's the right thing. It will be deemed as the right thing to do. Or we'll have to reflect. So maybe they start doing it and then they realise it's not such a good thing. It maybe didn't work out so well. High Priestess. So that could be a mystery or it could get cloaked. So the King of Pentacles could be about your health and security. And I'm wondering if it changes because they don't feel it could be safe. Maybe even like in London kind of thing. We don't have many, direct straight roads. So who knows how that will go. So there's going to be a change. Yeah, renewal, okay? And hopefully we'll get what we want, what we wished for. I don't foresee it being a thing of the future unless they do it very briefly. Even though they want to move forward with it, it just may not happen in time as well. Right. Just hoping that we get some kind of EBS or change before they make the big changes. So cars. Okay, I've asked about London because I know that they're already in San Francisco. Will we have driverless cars in London? I said security. They can't say that I was saying they're not safe because even the cards are saying the same thing. Choose your safe harbour for now. Interesting. What do I have now? Wait! Yes! Thank you. So happy. Brilliant. Brilliant! Winning! Future of AI as a whole. Is it going to get much worse, or will they pull the plug before it gets much worse? Oh, Mr. T might have some plans. No, they're thinking about things behind the scenes. So I think they're working really hard to change things behind the scenes. And I think because you don't see it, you don't really know what's going on. So you just read the news and think, oh my goodness. But I think they're working really hard to change things, to evolve things. And we should hopefully get some clarity soon. And it could get to a point where it gets really, really uncertain and kind of scary, or some scary news, and then grounding. Yeah, maybe absence. Maybe they're going to bring it to a whole spirituality. They've got to go on that different path at some point. They've got to get on the golden age, and this isn't the golden age. They're waiting. They're biding their time. They're waiting to end it. And then they're going to agree. When are they going to do it? When are they going to bring in those 10 days or whatever they are? Because I've just got the moon. Surrender. When are they going to shut it down for the world? They will. They will. They're on the path to do it. They're on the road to doing it. It's just not the right time right now. But they're on the road to the end. So I think I've kind of got an idea of what's going on. But what I have seen, somebody said, oh yes, thank you. We're still waiting for the music, and then they try something new. We're still waiting because you can't bring in Golden Age without you got to slam on the brakes somehow. So I think my friend sent me this. It was a video about basically if they bring in the digital whatever. They want your gold, they want your silver, they want your assets. But then they're going to say, like, you can't put your cash in the bank, or if you don't put it in time, you lose all your cash. But then if you put your cash in, you'll have nothing. So I'm going to ask for those people who depend on cash. Let's just say the banks, they do try and implement this digital banking system, but if they do, I still believe it will be switched at some point. Like, you'll think you're going into the worst era and then it will turn. That's my strong belief. But anyway, let's say they do attempt that. Anyone who has cash, will their cash be safe? It wouldn't be safe under the central banking one, but if they switch it to the Great Reset, then to me it would be safe. So anyone who has cash, if they do shut the banks and say you've got to run and get rid of your cash, if people hold on to those notes, will they be safe, and can they be used as proper currency after that event? Okay. Well, he's holding on to his cash. Ooh, there's your cash. There's your coins. Oh yeah, you're getting it back. According to my cards, you're getting it back. I think what's happening is there's a real mixture at the moment between going into the bad banking reset and the good reset. And I think that people who don't understand what's going on don't understand that there's the great reset. I can't never remember the name anyway. Abundance, affluence, will never be poor again, that kind of thing. And I think people don't see that. So they just see this is the worst case scenario. This is what they had planned. But when you see it from a bigger perspective, then they will protect us. So maybe they've made plans behind the scenes to protect us. They know full well. And you've just got to be savvy and shrewd. This is about being detached from the truth. Okay, so maybe they don't know the truth, okay, about your cash. Because this card definitely looks like they're all nice cards, and this card looks like he's giving him back his cash. You're giving them back the cash. Oh, they'll be told to. They'll be directed. And in fact, there could be even more money coming back. I would not worry about it. That's very, very nice and exciting. It's like a plot twist. And I think the reason why we're being led to believe, oh, it's so terrible, it's so awful, is because it's to maybe wake up the people who are a bit in denial right now. Create music. And then I have nature. So we're going to go back to a natural system, passion, if you can call it that. I don't know. Nature. Don't know. Will we be safe to keep our cash? Hold on to our cash. I've got fortitude. Be brave and dig deep. You've got to just be brave and trust. Clarity will be coming. And resignation. Like, I just don't think we'll be used. I think I've forgotten about all of this. What about the redemption centres? Where you're supposed to go and collect all your money, if not more. Yeah, look, Wheel of Fortune. So your fortune is going to completely change. And they're waiting. This is what this card's about. They're waiting. They're waiting to start them. These are the white hats. I don't think it would be anything like what they're... You see, we do all this and then we all get swept up in the hysteria and then we forget the path we're on. Even I do. I'm like, we're not going down that road. We're going down this road. Wow. I said, are we going to have more money than less? Even Nasara Jasara. Yeah, there's going to be a massive break, some kind of break, where it probably will end. And then you've got protection. You're being looked after. So lovely. So lovely. They really do have your best interests at heart. Look, the soldier, the white hat. And he's a workaholic. So they've really been working hard at this. But they know, they've planned all of this for years. Optimism. So I'm not worried. Don't you be. Just try not to get swept up with all the hysteria. Yeah. Yeah, they're in the last... Sorry, I was looking at so much cards. They're in the last throes of the battle. And then I think they're going to... Then there's going to be a switch. Yeah, I keep getting freedom. Okay, and I keep getting that card. So it's wait. Wait for your freedoms. Okay, well, I think I've got to the bottom of everything for now. So hopefully you can relax. I hope you enjoyed my reading. Thank you for watching.